Smith with Counterpunch Boxing News. And this is the early morning talks. Not just morning talks, early morning talks. Because here it is 6:09 in the morning. I will let the chat load. Shout out to the one and singular person on the chat. Salute to you and counterpunch to you. Hit that like button when you come in. I will let YouTube allow the notifications to come out. We have 2 on the chat. You guys hit that like button as you come in. It's time for it to begin. Early morning talks. You know, I've been thinking about the lightweight division lately. The lightweight division is looking a lot like the heavyweight division. Really, the welterweight division is looking more like the heavyweight division. It's just the heavyweight division is surprising a lot of people due to unexpected matchups. Now, if you guys haven't heard, Eddie Hearn and Dillian White, he wants to get Deontay Wilder, Luis Ortiz, or Andy Ruiz in there. Now, if he can pull one of those fights off for Dillian White, that would be great. That would be extraordinary. Why? Because Dillian White hasn't fought any of those guys before. This isn't a Derek Chisora. This isn't a Povetkin, because he's fought Povetkin. But the reason for that is because Povetkin has not Slotello presents. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. He's not ready, coronavirus and things of that nature. But I just dropped that video, so I'll let that load, because probably that's what everyone's watching. I just recently added that out. But what does it mean for the rest of the heavyweight division? What about Usyk? What about Joyce? Where does Kubrat Pulev go from here? There's a lot of things, What about Felix Verdejo down at lightweight? Okay. Now, that's a sad case, because I think it's not over for him yet, but I think they need to give him a couple tune-ups, get his confidence back, because Nakatani's a beast. Okay, he's that guy that gave Teofimo Lopez all types of trouble. Damn, Reptile Lifestyle, you still awake from the last one? Damn. Hey, don't worry, man. That's how I used to be back when we weren't working and all that, and I was just back at my house. And I would stay up till 5, 6 in the morning, and then when I would finally go to sleep, I wouldn't get up till 2 or 3. So, I can definitely empathize with you on that one. It's a crazy time, But hopefully we can leave this crazy time behind us. 2020 gave birth to some messy shit. They say it was late 19, but I don't remember in 19. None of this was really talked about in 19. Well, at least not over here and anywhere else in the world. 2020 was that mother sucker. It is 35 degrees here. Luke, what's up, brother? Yeah, it's been a weird year, man. It has been a weird year. People just dying out of the blue. How we lose Black Mamba, right? Black Mamba, Black Panther, and Debo the same year. Wow. That's crazy. And none of these guys were really to the age oh, okay, well, he was old. We lost Sean Connery. But Sean Connery was 90 years old. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't he was a spring chicken. Yeah, Luke, yes. Sean Connery, man. 007. Rising Sun. That's one of my favorite movies, The Rising Sun. Sean Connery, Wesley Snipes, Sean Connery. Love that movie. tell Eddie to shut up about Fury, because we know he will have to fight Wilder again. So AJ will have to fight Usyk next year. Eddie is making AJ look like a clout chaser. Well, that's what they're saying, but they're getting that opportunity. And then see, it appears like that though, because Eddie Hearn, this is the thing about Eddie. Eddie is revealing himself. Eddie's always been about the money. And as you can tell, it's not about Undisputed. So it's not about necessarily Anthony Joshua's wishes, because we know Anthony Joshua's wishes. Do you think Anthony Joshua is really concerned about money? Think about it. For just a simple why or in, do you think Anthony Joshua is concerned about money? Do you think that's his main priority? Let me know something, guys. What we got? Do you think Anthony Joshua's main priority is money? Okay, don't know, to be honest. Okay. What else we got? AJ Fury won't happen in 2022. Eddie is exposing himself. Eddie even said AJ will give up all the belts. I remember him saying that. I'm like, dude, you tripping. You tripping. If he has to. That's right. 3 belts. Me, all I need to know. AJ will never do that because he wants Undisputed. Okay, well, again, that goes back to, do you guys think AJ is doing this? Yeah, he's doing it for money. He's a prize fighter. I mean, but I'm just saying, is he solely doing this for money? Is that his main objective, to do this for money? Luke, definitely. It matters. Money matters. But that's not the sole reason he's doing it. Because in hindsight, you're looking at a guy that already made a lot of money anyway. He could retire off the last paycheck that he had. Facts. Understand something. Fighters didn't get paid that type of money. Not every boxer gets that type of money. AJ is like one amongst the elite. Why do you think Floyd is around him? Think about it. But they got that type of superstar mentality. Floyd hangs out with guys like Maldonado and things, you know what I'm saying? Those type of guys. Why does he do that? Because they have that in common. They have a common ground. You know, Anthony Joshua wants Undisputed. He wants a whole totally different objective he wants to obtain. Eddie just wants that damn money. Eddie saying, oh, well, you know what? If he has to give up every belt. Okay, well, if you work for him, why would you recommend, or why are you suggesting that he gives up every belt? Think about it. That doesn't even make sense. Let's get those likes up. We got 18 people in the chat. Yeah, the money is the goal, but it's not the sole reason. I mean, it shouldn't. It shouldn't be the sole reason. Yeah, man. I mean, you know, him saying that type of stuff, it does expose him. It shows everyone that Eddie Hearn doesn't care about Anthony Joshua's goals. He just wants to get him to fight. And as long as Eddie's thinking like this, as long as I feel I can get him, I can secure the Tyson Fury fight, I don't give a shit where those fights go. I don't give a shit where those belts go, rather. They can go up some other fighter's ass, all he concerned. He just wants that fight. But I think it's going to be some shit like, and you got to be careful, because I'm going to tie into this all at the end of the day, here in a second, rather, with what could possibly happen. Eddie Hearn is a good promoter for the most part, but it's always the pride cometh before the fall. Okay, so the pride and the objectives would reveal what Eddie wants. Eddie wants a fight between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. Why? Because he knows those site fees. He knows the site fees that are involved. So if, in other words, Eddie Hearn knows that type of money that he made from Saudi Arabia, from Anthony Joshua, this is going to be more money. Let's say it's $200 million a piece. Let's say it's $400 million total. That's some retirement shit. Eddie would care more about that than getting a fucking belt than from anybody. Absolutely no chance he vacates, which is why Eddie needs to shut up. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because it's like, you know, because if it's the case, if Anthony Joshua's changed his tune, he's changed his tune. But from what I've seen, Anthony Joshua still is on the same path. He's still consistent on what he says he wants. Quan, big guns. Okay, that's cool. You don't have to like me. You know. Eddie Hearn acting like dropping belts is an option, while AJ is saying he's only doing it for the undisputed. Seems like two completely different mindsets. It is. And two different goals. Because maybe Eddie's thinking like this. Well, hey, if I get him to Tyson Fury fights and he beats Tyson Fury, fights Tyson Fury, you know, those belts won't be on the line. Well, fine. If he drops the belts, then somebody else can be claimed champion. See, Eddie Hearn thinks Anthony Joshua has a mindset like Tyson Fury. See, Tyson Fury doesn't care about the belts. He really doesn't. He cares about fighting AJ. And Eddie Hearn thinks that Anthony should have the same mindset as Tyson Fury, but he doesn't. Anthony Joshua don't give a shit who has a WBC belt. He wants that belt. Okay, not just, hey, let me fight Fury. He said if it's Fury, let it be Fury. That's how you should answer that. He did it the right way, because he did it based on the things that he wants, his objectives to achieve. Do I vacate the belt because AJ beats Usyk? Okay, exactly. But then again, the question you ask yourself, why is Eddie so concerned with Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, when the fucking bump in the road or whatever it is, the obstacle could possibly be Wilder? I mean, if it's AJ Usyk should happen anyway. You know, and another question you ask yourself, okay, so why is Eddie so quick to jump to suggest dropping one of the belts? Because he's worried that somebody like Usyk could upset JJ. Counterpunch. That's why. Well, if AJ Usyk's next, that's still a great fight. It is a great fight. Hey, Kurt, shout out from Derby, England. AJ looked good, but I still think Fury is the king of the division. And what's your thoughts on Callum Smith's chances against Canelo? What's today? Wednesday. Callum's more powerful than someone like Beefy. And the good thing about Beefy is Beefy was able to touch Canelo. But here's the thing about Canelo. For some damn reason, the man has a chin like Wolverine or Logan or some damn body. You catch this motherfucker, you hit him. He ain't, you know, he's not budging. I haven't seen Canelo rocked in a long time. I've seen him hit. And he's been hit by some big guys. Golovkin, Danny Jacobs. He got in there with a shriveled up ass Kovalev, so I don't really think that counts, honestly. Because Kovalev wasn't at his 100. You know, he's not even in his prime no more. Kovalev just wanted that money. And he did whatever it took to get that fight, to get that money. But if Callum can hurt Canelo, and I hope he can. He can get him out of there. The only problem is Canelo, he's good at fighting those kind of fighters, taller fighters like that. Who's that tough guy? Who's that opponent that Callum Smith had hell with? And everybody thought he lost. Thinks the Matrix is real. Well, they definitely believe in some, you know, what people are saying is not always what it is, like some behind the scenes shit or whatever. I mean, boxing is a dirty business and all, but versus Joshua will be Ali versus Frazier. I don't know. I don't know about Ali versus Frazier. It's kind of like with the styles. That would be cool though, based on the way these guys, you know, if that's the case. Because you remember Frazier beat Ali in Madison Square Garden. He beat Ali in Madison Square Garden. AJ, it's all about the belt. If Fury has it, then let it be Fury. Eddie, AJ will vacate all the belts to fight Fury. Eddie's clear as day his own agenda. There you go. That's what the word I'm looking for. Agenda. He has his own agenda. He does. Because they're not saying the same thing. You know, they're not saying the same shit. So, hey, from the UK, QAS. Hi, Kurt. Good morning to see you. Hope you're having a great day. Chris Shook, appreciate you, brother. Having a good day so far, man. I can't complain. Just about to pull up at work, get this day done. You know, this is midweek, Wednesday. Got 2 more days after this day. You know, so before we get to that awesome time of boxing, AJ will go ahead for all the belts. All the belts. I mean, that's better than shit giving up the belts before the fight, because at least someone will achieve them all. Most of the time, this is what happens with an undisputed fighter. We haven't seen it in a long time, but Lennox Lewis had all of them. He had all the belts. Vladimir and Vitali, they had all the belts together, but they didn't. Not one guy had all the belts. AJ versus Fury will be like Otto Wallin versus Fury. Shit, I hope not. I mean, it was a good fight and all, but I hope it's more competitive than that. Take a minute and all hail to the Gypsy King. I am the Gypsy King. I am the lineal champion. Tyson Fury, he still has to defend the belt. Seven times a day, Gypsy King. Yeah. Now the weird thing about like Tyson Fury has stated that, you know, the English fans didn't respect him. But I bet you he got their respect now by beating Wilder now, don't he? Because you really didn't have a huge Tyson Fury following before. You know what I'm saying? Do you think because back before then is because he was a traveler? Do you think that had a lot to do with it? They're rigging that. Daz Pez, that's a very good question. He's used to being the underdog, and then he's used to going to a foreign land to fight that guy. If they fight, which they're going to be probably in Saudi Arabia anyway. I just have a thing, and you know, Eddie's like, you know, Eddie's looking for that bread, man. He's looking for that money. 290. Yes, sir. So, I think at the end of the day, I think nice. Joe Show, arm wrestling. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. And let me catch up. Let's see. Usyk is definitely a problem for most heavyweights, even if he takes some losses in the division. Well, yeah, I mean, here's the thing about Usyk. Like, will Usyk continue will he continue to be successful? And if he loses, what does that really mean? Does that mean he's just gonna quit? Does that mean he's just like, oh, okay, well, you know, I've tried. Will I go to Bridgerweight? You know, if he does take that L, and if he takes that L, how does he take that L? Does he take that L from a knockout or whatever? You know, does he take it just from getting overpowered? You know, it's a lot of different ways that Usyk can get beat. You know, but if Usyk keeps beating these guys, and no one can seem to be a problem, because see, no one really knows him. Everybody thought that Chisora was going to beat him up, and a lot of people hoped that shit because they wanted Usyk to be somewhat like Dillian White, but he wasn't. He wasn't Dillian White. You know what I mean? How Dillian White was foiled by Povetkin, you know, and Povetkin was that guy that didn't supposed to beat Dillian White, but a lot of people were happy because he done so. You see what I'm saying? So Chisora was supposed to be that other guy, that Povetkin-like guy that puts a halt to the success of Usyk, so he wouldn't have to worry about shit anyway. All Anthony Joshua had to do was get rid of Pulev. But then here's the problem. With this shit with Wilder, where does that leave Joshua? Sitting around. Say ye Oyo. What's up, Kurt? Always a walkie-talkie close by. Are you an undercover cop? No. Let's see. AJ versus Usyk would be wonders for AJ's progression. Eddie doesn't even want to risk it and just wants to rush AJ in with Fury for the money. That's all. He's doing it for the money, baby. Like Don King. I'm doing it for the money, baby. Kurt, why does the media big up Fury but not Wifer? Or you mean Wilder? Well, they're a part of two different promotional outfits. For one, you know, Wilder started with Golden Boy. He was a Golden Boy fighter. Then he went to Al Haymon. And when he went to Al Haymon, he was promoted as a Premier Boxing Champion fighter. Well, the niche of Premier Boxing Champions it was free TV. Al Haymon had managed to put free TV back on the map. Okay. Since he had done that, that caused a lot of haters. People hated Al Haymon for that. And he got a lot of those guys. He got Danny Garcia from Golden Boy. Then he picked up Keith Thurman and Sean Porter and what's his name? Guerrero, the Ghost Guerrero that fought Mayweather back in the day. They had him. They had quite a few fighters that signed with PBC, Premier Boxing Champions, and Al Haymon was able to get them all. Guys like Oscar De La Hoya followed in suit. He didn't like that idea. What you doing in the dark? I'm about getting ready to get in my vehicle. All right. So Chris Shuck, I will, man. I would definitely try to have a great day. Shaq Sauter, what's up, brother? Yes, my brother, hope is all well. Big respect to you. Shaq Sauter, appreciate you, brother. Everything is all good my way. Everything is good. I hope you is good as well. Thank you for the super chat donation. Quan's Big Guns, bye. Okay. Kurt, do you think today's PPP is a big market request? Yeah, we need some heat in here. What's PPP, Andre? Wilder's straight right or AJ's right uppercut. AJ was using the right uppercut all night. I think Wilder's good at one punch. He has probably the one punch knockout power best. But then again, it depends on who he's in there with. I mean, he's laid people out, but they were able to get up. Hello, Kurt. Blackpool, UK. Mark Kinsella, Counterpunch to you. Oh, pay-per-view. I wrote it wrong. Oh, okay, gotcha. Elias, the argument is pointless. Foreman is a legend. Wilder is a leg in. That's not right. But you're right. Foreman is a legend. Hold on a second, guys. I got to put in some. Smith knocks out Canelo. Come on. Let's hope so. We got to rattle the tree. We got to break the will. You know what I'm saying? G. Dorman. What's up, brother? Counterpunch from you. From the UK is in the house. I know it needs to be what time is it over there right now? 11 o'clock a.m.? And so it begins. Dude needs to really got the hell out of the way. Leg in. Hard to pick against Canelo. Luke, it is. Best life, Counterpunch to you. Why is everybody sleeping on Smith? I don't know. It just, I don't know, man. It's just like the bigger guys. How's the is it a rehydration clause? That's all I want to know. Because Canelo, you know, it's the story mostly remains the same with him. If he fights someone, hey, guess what? Canelo's fighting this bigger guy, but at a weight and a clause, and a hydration clause. This motherfucker can't eat the day before the fight, shit like that. Fuck that, he can't even hydrate. And I'm like, wow, you can't even hydrate, eh? That sucks. That sucks, the big one. Right? You can't. You damn, I can't drink nothing? Do you think Tank D can become a superstar? Can he improve defense with an inside? Well, here's the thing. Even if Tank Davis ain't a star, they're going to say he's a star. See, perception is everything, especially with that. Especially with that. So he might not be a star, you know, as per se, like based on his accomplishments, but he may be something that, you know, they'll build him up. And then the guys he'll end up fighting are people that will appear, it will appear that he's this guy or that guy. But to come to find out, he's not at all. He's nothing of the sort. He's just a regular dude. You know? Kurt, AJ fought Fury when you're in the UK. Would you try to get tickets? I may. It depends on when it happens. Because the problem is, we're working on, I'll probably be in a totally different season. So we're behind. So I don't know if I can, like, not even a thing about affording to go. I don't think I'll have the time to go. That's the only problem. Now, of course, I would do it live and all that good shit. And I would probably do something special for that event, definitely. But it is what it is. Kurt, what was Mayweather saying to AJ? Are the sponsors and Eddie worried? And see, Adi alias double T. That's what I'm talking about. You see how I'm going to tie everything in. You know, Carl Lynch, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Now, here's the thing. Floyd knows what would be ideal for someone like Floyd. Floyd got Manny Pacquiao. Sure, he beat Manny Pacquiao. He retired, and Manny Pacquiao is really not a threat to him anymore. But that doesn't stop Mayweather from acknowledging that this guy is still a superstar. He's still a wanted fighter. So if that's the case, what do you think Floyd would do with someone like Anthony Joshua? Think about it. You know, Anthony Joshua is one of the highest paid fighters, period. It's over Canelo now. Why? Because Canelo isn't getting that kind of money no more. He has a new structured deal. Joe Show Arm Wrestling. Have a good day, brother. That is what Floyd told AJ. What did Floyd tell AJ? This is just my prediction. See, a lot of people think, you know, oh, he might train with Floyd. No, I think it's more than that. I think if Eddie Hearn fucks around and pisses AJ off for whatever reason, AJ always has somewhere to go. Would he fuck with Lennox Lewis? No, Lennox Lewis ain't big enough, but Floyd is. If Floyd can, like, guarantee him like that he would like sign him a 2-fight contract for Fury or somebody like that, or better yet with Wilder, or one of these guys that he could have Anthony Joshua fighting for a set rate like the zone, it would be bad problems. So if I'm Eddie, I would chill out on that. This is what AJ wants, or this is what AJ might do shit, because AJ is real tight with Mayweather. And Mayweather gets AJ to himself to talk to him to do some Don King shit, right? It might be a totally different situation where AJ can give Anthony Joshua an offer that he may not can refuse. Especially if he gives him something that he wants. So if he meets AJ's objectives, right, and wishes, then the money's a second. But then again, the money rules everything. See, Eddie Hearn's talking about the money and talking about whether Anthony Joshua will take away his belts and shit just to fight one fight. But no, if someone's offering you another way, and especially when you didn't want that way, and then obviously he has his own agenda, I don't think that would be good for Eddie Hearn. I think Eddie Hearn should chill. Eddie Hearn should talk to his client before making remarks like that. That's what I feel. Because if Anthony Joshua's sole thing is to make money and to become a unified champion or multi-million-dollar fighter, he's already done that. So stay hungry. What do you think stay hungry is for? Stay humble, stay hungry, right? What do you think that's for? That's for the things that he wants to accomplish in the heavyweight division. He got one more. He has one more. So it is what it is. He wants that last belt. Now, me personally, I don't know why the fuck he really wants the last belt. Because, what I'm saying? It's like the WBC, does bullshit after bullshit. They make a new belt every month. They're proven to be corrupt. They're proved to be corrupt with all type of shady stuff. So I don't see why he would really even want the belt, but he does. Just because to say, hey, I had all the belts. I was the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, right? And then Anthony Joshua can, go and do other things. I see him doing like high scale missionary stuff. You know what I'm saying? That Robert Clemente type stuff that he does. You know what I'm saying? That type of things, like helping communities and things like that. Public speaking. You know what I'm saying? Those type of things. But while he's fighting, I think his objective is, let's get those likes up. We got 120 people here. Let's hit that like button. But I think his objectives are to get that belt. He wants that belt. Mauricio Suleiman, was already kissing his ass. You know what I'm saying? He's already kissing his ass. I want Anthony Joshua. I congratulate him to fight for our belt. He is an upstanding gentleman, and we accept his challenge for the belt. He's saying that shit because he knows. The man knows. Okay, shit, if Anthony Joshua beats Tyson Fury, great. Because he's going to be our WBC champion. And then that lets you know, Mauricio don't give a shit either who gets that belt. He's just going to defend whoever has it. Like all that shit came out and he did all that lying. He did a bunch of lying to protect. He wanted to protect the belt. He wanted to protect the person with the belt. Nikki Blue Eyes, counterpunch to you. It's not checkers, it's chess. That is what Floyd told AJ. Yeah. See, Floyd went over there to see what AJ's gonna do. Floyd's opening up public exhibitions, not exhibitions, but public venues. And that's big, by the way, especially coming at this time. You know, everybody else fighting in the bubble. And look at this way. Anthony Joshua can fight a mandatory, but Tyson Fury can't. That's sad. What can Mayweather bring AJ? He don't have Sky or those Saudi connections. AJ don't play those games, otherwise he would have left McCracken. No, McCracken's a different story. You know, that's more on some loyalty like stuff, right? As far as connections. How much money did Mayweather make for fighting McGregor? Then again, you ask yourself, how much money did Mayweather get fighting Pacquiao? Did he make like $300 million fighting Pacquiao? Right? You know what I'm saying? Think about that. He made that much money doing it. You think he can't get AJ that money? Where do you think that money came from? Hey, Kurt, have you watched back the AJ fight and has your opinion changed or anything? Has it changed on what? But AJ's a good fighter. He's a good fighter. The most importantly, he's the highest paid fighter. And he wants these fights. He goes after the fights. I mean, it's not his fault that people don't want to fight him. Because they don't. A lot of people don't. They start playing the greedy game. And see, understand, as long as you're in talks of fighting AJ, that's already a good incentive for a raise on wherever you're at. You know, they offered me the AJ fight. I didn't take it. All right, Deontay, here's $10 million. Kurt, do an AJ impression. Never heard one from you. Yeah, I do one every now and then. There's certain things that I can say that kind of, you know, sounds like AJ. But Kurt, your honest opinion, what your problems do you think Usyk could give Joshua? Angles, speed, boxing ability, his size. See, Usyk's size is not necessarily a bad thing, you know. And see, the objective is, I don't see Usyk getting too greedy trying to fight Anthony Joshua. I think his thing is to score. You know, okay, let's look at it this way. Nikki, let's look at it this way. What did Tyson Fury do to Vladimir Klitschko? He outboxed him. He didn't get too greedy. He used weird, tricky angles. You know what I'm saying? He was very elusive. He didn't let Vladimir set, right? He did that. It was a boring fight. Who says Usyk Joshua will be a fucking exciting fight? No. The excitement would come if Joshua catches him. Then here Joshua's going to come at him. But Usyk, I think he's a different type of dude, man. I'm telling you. He's a different kind of guy. He's a different type of animal. You know, so like for a jab that Joshua throws, I'm looking at Usyk throwing 3. Especially if he can begin to turn Joshua. And if he's able to turn Joshua and keep him off his pivot foot, that's a bad thing. That's a bad sign. WBC champions don't fight mandatories. I bet you AJ does. The best boxing resume belongs to AJ. Stop hating in the chat. Mark Pinkleston, good morning to you, brother. Counterpunch to you. bet Kurt can do boxers and commentators from back in the day. I can imagine him as a little boy doing it. Who the legends, some of the best ones are in your impersonation. I don't know, man. I had some. $5 million in pay-per-view alone. Is it Gubsta? Counterpunch to you, brother. AJ has the most haters out of the big three. Yeah, he does. I mean, a lot of people don't like Wilder, but then he ain't got that many haters. He has a lot of supporters, though. That's what I mean, Kurt. Loyalty. Hearn helped build him from the ground up. I don't see him jumping ship. No, something would have to happen, though. That's what I'm saying. And this is a perfect opportunity. See, if Eddie Hearn is saying shit that Anthony Joshua don't say or didn't say, these are just two different men's opinions on what they feel that they should do. Now, this is the thing. Based on what happens is who has more pull. Because you know Eddie Hearn, he's a slick bastard. He's a good he has a sweet tongue. He has a slick cat shit like mentality. He may persuade Joshua to do certain things, just like Saudi Arabia. AJ wanted to go back to Madison Square Garden. They didn't fight Madison Square Garden, though. He wanted to fight in the UK for Andy Ruiz. Gotta love the early morning traffic. Gotta love it. OG Tark from Philly. What's good, bro? AJ all the way. He's gonna beat Fury. Man, we gotta see. Cause you know, Fury, man. Fury has that Ali mentality at times. He just refuses to be beat. Talks a lot of shit. You know what I mean? But it's like the shit talk fires him up. I'll beat you, you big dulcer. Is that all you got, AJ? Who are you? Who are you? You thought that right uppercut was gonna hit me? You look like George Foreman. I'm Ali. You're George Foreman, AJ. I thought it was the big dulcer Wilder. He's just another big dulcer. I'll take you out, AJ. Yeah, he's a star for casuals because he has 0 losses. That's it. That's pretty one of the main things. He never lost. Most people I used to talk to when Floyd was fighting, they didn't watch Floyd fights. And then most of the guys you were talking to were 1, black, 2, uneducated, 3, decafs. That's a true decaf. Now it's funny, the motherfuckers that those guys call decafs, no, they're not the true decafs. The true decafs are the motherfuckers that listen to their videos. You could have hundreds of thousands of decafs, right? Versus diehards that have enough sense to know, okay, well, this shit here ain't right for this reason or whatever. But no, they didn't even see Floyd's fights. I'm like, okay, what was the last guy Floyd fought? I don't know. But he never lost. There you go. That's all you had. That's all they had. That was the only thing. He never lost, though. Oh, wow. But who has he fought? Don't matter. He never lost. Casual. Decaf. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's what it is. And if you don't know who he fought, did you pay for his last fight? Hell no. Oh. Floyd, he the man. Floyd the man, though. Oh, okay. Wow. That's what you're dealing with. You know what I mean? That's what you're dealing with casual fans of a certain demographic. They worry about the O. So to add that to Tyson Fury, sure, Tyson Fury's that same kind of guy. You know, he's that same kind of dude. He's that same kind of dude, man. He has those type of fans that, hey, Fury ain't never lost. That's why he's the best. So, not who he's fought, not, you know, this, that, no. They don't give a shit about that. Mayweather tarnished his legacy, money grabbing. He stopped giving a fuck. Mayweather just, you know, Mayweather's just said, hey, Mayweather really pulled a Don King with his own career. He sold it out for money. He sold it out for money. You know, that's what he did. He didn't want to fight the top guys. He didn't want to be a Roy Jones. He didn't want to be any of those guys. He wanted the most money. And he let smart people around him set that up. I mean, it was a good plan. But, I mean, I'm telling you, Floyd didn't care. You know, Floyd didn't give a shit about any of that. He didn't care about fighting the toughest fights. He didn't care about that shit anymore. He wanted all the money out of this sport. Because he felt I gave this sport enough when I was pretty boy, and that's enough for me. So everybody else can kiss my ass. Right? Kiss my rich black ass. Because I ain't fighting nobody besides people that will pay me. That's it. Fuck you, pay me. Oh, you want me to fight Enes Landilada? Fuck you, pay me. Oh, you want me to fight Keith Thurman? No, I'll fight this other guy and still make $30 million. Fuck you guys. That's Floyd. All the way through. That's it. That's Floyd. He doesn't care. We got a super chat. Let's see. Gupsta. What's up, brother? What do you think of Crawford threatening to go back down to junior and welterweight? What do you think of our brother Bruce fucking Vane? Respect. Oh, Bruce Vane is a little brother there, man. And I said that because he's younger than me, so that's why. No, I mean, he has his own opinion as far as, I like Bruce Vane's stuff. He speaks what he feels, and he doesn't give a shit. If he feels that way, he thinks that way. He doesn't do it for a particular side or the LDBC or any of that other shit. He doesn't do that type of stuff. You know, that's good. Do I agree with everything he does? No. Does he agree with everything I say? No. You don't supposed to. But much respect to him because he's keeping it 100 with himself. Now, as far as Terrence Crawford, he's saying going back down to light welter and all that other shit, or 135. That's just stupid. It's stupid because he should realize, like, look, I need to make some power moves. He's the one that needs to go to Floyd, honestly. He can always go to Floyd, though. Okay? But appreciate the super chat, bro. AJ shook. Anthony shook Joshua. Mr. Jones, Anthony shook Joshua. Phil Mall, counterpunch to you. All right, pal. UK guy here. Great channel. Sub. Sonny, appreciate you, brother. Welcome to the channel. When they did watch Floyd fight, they watched it on a stream. Yeah, a lot of people did. A lot of people watched that shit and watched it illegally. So how the fuck are you supporting anybody? But that's the type of shit I'm talking about. You know, it's sad though. It's sad. The irony of it all. Now they would argue with you. Now if you wanted to waste your time arguing with a motherfucker like that, be my guest. But at the end of the day, I mean, it really doesn't matter, because the same people that are talking that shit, that are quote unquote the resistance, ain't helping get this brother paid. They ain't doing none of that shit. This is on race baiting. Who's like Fury fan? Well, I remember that whatchamacallit though. That was some bullshit. The gypsy lives matter shit. You know what I mean? And he was there. But then he talked that shit about AJ. Yeah, that was some bullshit. Like, dude, you did the same shit. You know what I mean? Obviously, I mean, like, come on, man. You did the same shit that AJ did. That's your people. Now, if AJ would have said, oh, this fuck, he's bullshit, you shouldn't be out there with them. You shouldn't be out there with them. Everybody would have fucking jumped on AJ like he, shit, stole a newborn baby out of a hospital or some shit. You know what I mean? That wouldn't have been cool. But yeah, people know. Here's the thing about propaganda and agendas. People know what stirs you up. Femi, counterpunch to you, brother. People know that, for one, certain things stir people up. Race stirs people up, right? Race baiting. That's why a lot of people, you know, have, well, you know, if that was a white fighter, you know, that type of shit. But since it's a black fighter, it's a problem. You know, I mean, it's easy to say that. Not saying that shit don't happen in the sport of boxing that is racial, but not as much as people push it. So you can push something or look for something to the point that you're doing it because you're trying to please a certain demographic, and they're feeding into it because that is the core of the people that you attract. I was talking about that a little bit yesterday, or last night, rather. But, you know, most people do that. And the funny thing about it, most of that core people are casual ass fans. Now, yeah, gypsy is not a race. No, it's not. At all. It's a group of people. You know, so it's like, yo, okay. You know, I mean, nobody even talks about that like that over here. So that should show you. Oh my God, wait a minute. Wait, I didn't know you was a gypsy. I know you're a white, but I didn't know you were a gypsy white. Like, no, we don't talk that shit over here. That's not even a factor. That's a factor where that's a factor. Not here. So Arlette, you're absolutely right. Like, no one cares about that over here. And Tyson Fury is just a charismatic white guy that can box, that can sell himself, that believes in himself, right? That's what he is, that battles mental health. Nothing more, nothing less. Do we look at him like a gypsy and all that? Oh, you live in trailers? Oh my God, what the fuck does that matter? It's a house. It's a place to stay. You know what I mean? We have another problem here in America called homelessness. You know what I'm saying? So no, that's not a problem at all. Not for us in the USA. Okay? Oh, what about trailer trash? But come on, man, come on. It's not that trailer trash has no comparison to gypsies over there. Why? Because you don't say, oh, that's trailer trash, you can't come in our store. When the hell have you seen that? Yeah, Eminem, but Eminem ain't never got kicked out of no damn store because he was from the trailer park community. Come on now. Make a video about AJ saying he's coming back to America at MSG. Slotello presents. Send me the link, bro. I need to hear that so I can do that today. I will do that today. Definitely, most definitely. Because, you know, that's an interest. That's showing progress right there. Did you send it on Instagram? I'll look for it. Butcher's Bucket, Samuel Neven. Pickens dropped him too. All right. Okay, cool. And I aged him yesterday. Cool. Check it out. Slotello presents. Kurt, what fight you more looking forward to this weekend? Triple G or Canelo? Canelo. Because Triple G, I never heard of the guy that he's fighting. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know him like that. You're right. If certain of people color or hate on Fury, it's because of him being a gypsy. It's because the color of his skin. Yeah, that they don't care about him being a gypsy. They just care about what color he is. They think that they think because they've been discriminated against, they make a bunch of channels, and then they do the same shit that the channels that they accuse of did. Talked a little bit about that shit yesterday. 3G is on a bum collection lately. Shaka XL, you're right about that. He's been on some bullshit. Steve Rolls, then another motherfucker we ain't heard of. Then he don't want to fight Jermell Charlo. But then you know the funny ass thing about Triple G, he's getting old as shit. That motherfucker be 40 next year. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, I still feel he don't even speak English no more. Like, whoa. Motherfucker used to speak until you got beat. That motherfucker's down there 40 years old. Damn. That motherfucker's older than me. You are a good boy. He used to, you're a good boy. I will fight anyone. Any good hard fight drama show. That motherfucker ain't showed us a drama show since he lost though. I want drama. I want big fights. You got it, motherfucker. And then he wanted big fight again and again. Fucking stalk Canelo. Canelo like, dude, leave me alone. Let's wait. Dame chance. Oh man. You know what I mean? Like, dude, get over it. Get over it. You know? Like, it's done. It's done, son. Like, he fighting Steve Rolls. And look, him and Jamal wanted to fight him. Jamal wanted to fight the motherfucker. And he's made, look, he bitted him out. So Jamal can't talk either, but he didn't want to fight Jamal, though. But, you know, Jamal's an Al Heyman fighter, so they getting paid and they're getting laid. And they don't have to do shit for it, but fight people like Steve Rolls. You should hear Al Heyman. Damn, that dumbass, big-eared motherfucker beat us to it. Don't worry, we're going to get you another fight. Get out of here. Kurt, since he lost, though, calm down. Dude, I mean, seriously, the dude ain't spoke English since he fucking lost. Now you need an interpreter and shit. I seen that thing. I was going to counterpunch until I seen him. I was like, dude, I'm not doing this. You know, I'm not doing this. Yeah, now I did get that one. Arlette, send that to me. I will do a video about that because I did kind of read up on it, but I probably got busy or whatever, you know, but I do want to. I will body Oscar. I will body him. I want to body in the ring like Wilder. Beach. Whoa, Golovkin, did you say bitch? Beach. Duh. Duh. They said beach. Damn. What's wrong with you, Triple G? Canelo want to fight me. You want to know about the drama show. I don't want to fight guy with big mice titties in his hair. I want to fight Canelo. Oh, man. Canelo versus Charlo. That would be good. But Triple G needs to start fighting these motherfuckers because remember, Triple G was so, oh, nobody wanted to fight me. Then you fought Canelo one time and then lost the plot. Pockies love cocaine. Triple G still mad over Canelo. Yeah, he's still mad and lost his fucking urge to speak English. That's sad. He forgot all his Rosetta Stone. Oh. Yeah, he got Triple G next, yeah. And it was one point, you know, Billy Joe, oh, fuck. Triple G will whoop me and you, Chris Eubank, at the same time. Same time. I'm like, damn, you think that? Y'all was fair. Y'all was scared of Triple G. All it took was one redhead Mexican that can whoop his ass, in which the first fight I thought he won. He should have left him alone then. You could tell. You know, like he followed Canelo around like he was his girlfriend. I want drama show. I want fights. Big fight. Then you got a big fight. And they cheated your ass. So what else you think they were going to do? AJ should bring Mayweather in the camp for Fury fight. Would put the LDBC in hell. Yeah, they'd be mad, but then they'd be kissing ass. You know, but it just shows you, though, that they didn't give a shit. It just shows you they didn't give a shit. You know. But anyway, guys, I am approaching set. I will reconvene with you guys when I leave. That will be later tonight. Thank everybody for coming out on this early morning talks. And everybody has been counterpunched. Peace.